So in this module, we are going to create a social media aspect or element to your website. And this is going to definitely take shape in a variety of forms. So I'll try to show you a few examples to get you going, but you really have a lot of flexibility here. Um, if you check back on the Blackboard site, you'll get a pretty clear definition of what's included or what makes up a social media element. So you just want to make sure it has some of those pieces built into it so that you know that it is an actual social media element. So first thing I want to do is go back and take a look at my strategic planning map, and I put in here that I was going to create a blog page for my social media project, and this blog page would be to share stories of dogs who have been fostered in their final days of my related to the theme of my site. So I'm going to show how to do a blog page, but I'm also going to show you how to do a few other things. Specifically, we've got these social media links that may show up on your on the top part of your site. Otherwise, I can show you how to add them to your site. Okay, and I'll show you how to add a few more options other than just the blog. Okay, so what I need to do is go to Pages, and I'm going to add a new page for the blog, and instead of a standard page, which you've been doing, Weebly has a blog page option built right in. So I'll create a blog page. I'll name it Stories. Okay, and you can see that it shows up a little bit differently than a normal standard page. It has a few items over here that aren't on normal standard pages. So I'm going to go ahead and save it, and then I will move it to where I want it to go. Okay. So in the author here, you could change this to really anything you want. You could put a little bit about you as the author. You could put just kind of an explanation of the what this page is going to offer, things like that. So I might offer that this is a kind of an obituary type page for dogs who have been through comfy dog days. Archives, as you begin to add posts, you'll see that archives will come in by month that they were added. Okay, month and year, and then categories. If you add any categories to your blogs, they'll show up here. Okay, so to add a new post, I can't just grab stuff over and bring it. You see that this area here that I want to grab it and bring it to, drag an element to, doesn't highlight, but what does highlight is over here. So you can add things over here, elements, but to add a new blog post to your page, you have to come down here and click on new blog post, and then you give it a title, and then you can drag elements here. So I might drag a text element, I could drag a picture element. Okay, so this dog is Baxter, and I want to bring a picture of Baxter in. I would drag it from my computer. I'm just going to show you. Oops, just going to show you. Oops, that says buy. I don't want to buy anything. Looks like you can buy things. Well, I don't need to, I'm not going to buy any pictures, but if I had a picture of the dog, I would put it here, and then I could put my short little story about Baxter the dog in this area. Okay, when I'm all finished with that, I would click on Post. Okay, it says it's been added to your blog page, but it's not live yet. I just need to publish it when I'm all done. Okay, so it's on my blog page now. Alright, if I want to go back and edit it, I can click on it and edit it. I also have the option to add change some of the post options. So if I don't want people to comment on it, I can close it, or I can require approval. I can add categories. So if I want to start adding different breeds of dogs or something like that, male, female, I don't know, I could add categories there, and then each time I post a blog, I could just apply a blog category to each of those. Okay. All right. And if I do make any changes, I just update. Okay. And then again, I can, if I want to add another post, I can do the same thing. New post. This one is Zadie. And I bring a picture over. I bring some text over. Okay, and I follow the same process. So I post. It's just telling me it's not live until I publish. Okay, so now I've got Sadie's post, I've got Baxter's post, and you can see under my archives, since I'm posting this in April 2016, that pops up. Now none of the categories are showing it because I didn't add any, but let's go back in and add a category. Okay, so Sadie is a lab. Okay, so update. And you see lab shows up over here. Baxter is a pit bull. Okay, so I'll add him there and I'll update. Okay, that way, when you get lots and lots of blog posts, you can filter. You say, oh, I want to read all the stories about pit bulls. I can click on there, and all the different stories of dogs that have been tagged with a pit bull category will show up. Okay, and then when I'm all finished, just make sure that I publish and take a look at the page. Okay, and again, I didn't put any content in there yet, but that's how it would look. All right. So let's go back, and I want to show you a couple other things that you can do as well. You may have these social media icons at the top of your page. I'm going to go to the home page. Some of the templates they're already built in. Others you may not. You may want to bring them in. So if you look along the elements on the left-hand side, you have a social icon one. So I might drag it and drop it right on my home page. Okay, maybe I want it to stand out quite a bit. Okay. Either way, whether I look at it from my toolbar or whether I look at it here, I've got an option to manage icons. And this is where I can kind of choose which icons I want to make present. Now a good one is your mail, so I'm going to keep that one. For my site, I don't need a LinkedIn one, so I can click on it and turn it off. Okay, I would have an Instagram one, I would have a Twitter one, I would have a Facebook page for this particular site because this is a site that I would definitely want to have a social media presence. And then there's other ones if I wanted a Pinterest board, Google Plus, RSS. I could link to my blog there if I wanted to. If I had a YouTube channel, okay, I could do that. So let's say I have my YouTube channel. Okay, I come up here and copy the link to that, paste it in, and show active. Okay. Oops. If I have a Twitter feed, I could, let's see, make sure that I copy the URL to the Twitter feed. Now this obviously isn't the right one, but I paste the Twitter URL in there. Okay, and then all of these, as I add all of those links, same thing with Facebook page. And I'm just clicking on each of them and adding the link to it. Alright, mail here. Alright, so I could put in my email address there or the email address of my company. But the idea is that these will allow people to click on these icons and view the different social icons or social media options that you have. Okay. Now maybe you haven't created these yet. You can certainly do that just by going, and creating a separate Twitter account or a separate Instagram or Facebook account for these for your website, whatever the theme of your website is. On Facebook, you can create your own page So not an actual Facebook account, but a new page, and then you can start to post things on that page and link to your account. Okay. Same thing with YouTube. You can create a YouTube channel. All right. Everybody's got a that has an ASU account has a YouTube channel, so you just sign in, and you can do my channel. If you want to do it separately from your ASU account, do something to create another email account. You can do that. All right. But what I'm asking is that whatever you do, make sure that you not only build it, create the actual page for it, but that you add some content to it as well. So right now mine are blank. You would want to add a profile picture, some art. Okay, if it's a Facebook page, you'd want to build it up a little bit so that it's not just a blank page. Okay, if it's a Twitter page, you want to build it up. You could use your app icon here. You could post a couple mock tweets. If you're creating a blog post like I did, you should create a couple stories. Pinterest board, add some things to your Pinterest board. So for the social media project, you're not just going to create the page, but you're actually going to add some content to it. Okay, and then the last thing I want to do is show you how to, this is something that is popular. People embed Twitter feeds into their website. So what I did was I grabbed an embed code and I brought it over underneath my picture here. Now to create an embed code for Twitter, I go to my settings and I'll come down here to widgets. Okay. And it says I don't have any, but I'm going to create one. And it gives me the option, what do I want? Do I want my timeline, my likes list, things like that? Okay, I'll just use my timeline. And I can change get a little bit of the view of it. Right. And then create widget. Okay. And it'll give me a little bit of code here. Alright, so I can grab the code, copy it all, bring it back to Weebly, and paste it in. Okay, so there's a lot of code there that don't worry about understanding what it means. You can just copy and paste it in. And then it may not show up directly, but hopefully when I publish it, and there it is. Okay. Alright, so that is kind of the social media option in a nutshell. You can see that my social media icons here, the ones that I filled in, are working. The ones up here don't show because I didn't add any links to them, but I can go ahead and click on those and they'll take me to the spot that I wanted. Alright, so let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.